In your opinion, what is your biggest challenge to bring your organization to the future when it is unpredictable? What would you be doing to your organization to create this future? We covered this a little bit already, but anybody want to expand into this?
Okay, I'll say a few words. My organization, which is University Education, is an organization where, according to PEST, there's no technological progress. Okay? It has not happened for 2,000 years. It's unlikely to happen in the future. So a big part of it is to focus on one very matter. I mentioned, fortunately, when I started recruiting people in 2005, I decided I will only recruit half what I needed. So when something unpredictable happens, I still have some reserve to change course.
Okay.
And I know, as was suggested earlier, my organization is not flexible. If you're not flexible, you must prepare for a huge shock and cannot adapt.
That's right.
I think it's people. The biggest challenge to me in trying to prepare my organization for the future is people. People have vested interests. People, have their own particular thoughts. People do not like change. As the head of the organization, I am the one who is constantly dragging people along to change because it's not easily achieved. It's very hard to get the entire organization buying into change because change is very uncomfortable.
Good.
Change is uncomfortable for the people who are being changed. And it's uncomfortable to adapt to because I'm the boss, so I can understand what I want. They can never get inside my mind and understand exactly what I'm trying to achieve, even though I share very, very much with them. And so they don't feel comfortable. And they're always worrying about their own personal future, which is very understandable. If I were in the position, I would think the same thing. And so dragging and convincing people to go along with you in the change exercise and believing it, not just paying lip service, believing in it, is the hardest part.
Okay, we change some rules. Okay, each question we only want one or two to answer, okay? We've got too many good questions here. Okay, number 2, what is the best organization structure to unleash employee energy? Peter?
I don't think there's one structure that will answer the question because every business is different and you're carrying out different product, different services. I think
even in the same company.
Even in the same company, but I think the key thing, the couple, I think key words are peoples and communications.
Right.
And communications are not vertical. It's go all directions basically.
Very good, very good. We need only one answer, okay? Open, sharing, I think that's more important than firm, hard structure. Okay, number 3. What is the most effective contractual relationship between company and the 50-plus knowledge worker? Okay, let me read it again. What is the most effective contractual relationship between companies and people over 50s? Difficult.
Can I say something?
Okay, go ahead.
Handshake and trust.
Wow, okay, handshake and trust. I think so.
Because I actually hire more than one. I have about 5 consultants working around the world for us now. And each of those do have some specialties that they focus on. I think they have by far the most resource and experience in telling us what to do in product, in open up doors, in connections, in tackling markets.
I think I have to stop here and to say something. This is a very successful forum, you see. Yes. Yes. Okay. It's all because Darwin is the chairperson. He's over 50, I'm sure, because he's older than I am. And all these are just handshake, a cup of coffee, a pat at the back, that's all. Okay, okay, let's move on. I think this is the last question, okay? How to exchange the happiness index of Hong Kong citizen, let's say, how to improve the happiness index. Now there's an index called happiness index. And I went to a small country, what is called it? And that place is the most happy people in the world. They didn't have TV until 5 years ago, and internet last year, or 2 years ago. They were the happiest. Okay? Now Hong Kong, I think, is way down. And the question is, what do we do about it? How do we improve? That's a tough question.
I think we in Hong Kong define happiness in a way that is skewed. I think we put too much emphasis on materialism, on enjoyment, and on security, and change that into the amount of money you have. So when the crisis strikes, of course you lost half of your happiness, at least. So I think the important thing is to let people understand, to educate the public, as well as young people, that life consists more than material things. Happiness can be just from a good friendship, or a simple cup of tea, or to do something meaningful, to help some people, and to appreciate others.
Okay.
If we all know that and practice it, and I think we can be a more happy society.
David looks happy.
I'm happy now. I'm at a great forum.
Okay.
I think happiness is, making money is a big part of life. But there is something, if you think through, particularly if you are close to 90 and still alive, it is likely that the most important event that went through your whole life is your marriage. So talk to your wife or your husband.
Right.
I think that is something, if that person is not happy, it is very unlikely that you will be happy.
Good. Now I think we'll stop here. This look of happy and laughter, and I hope that you can carry your smile all the way until the end of today. Okay. I'd like to thank the panel again, and this is almost time's up. If you have still one sentence to say, I have 4 more minutes. You can go on to tell us one thing. Okay. Now, let me start. After all this, when we come to Francis' book, what does it have to, happiness, what does it have to do with organization? And she said, it's the organization's responsibility to make the people in the community happy. That is healthiness, family, friendship, peaceful, all this community happiness is the duty of an organization. Think about it.
Well, I don't entirely agree with that.
Okay.
Because, a company's duty, obviously, is to its shareholders, its staff, and it's to its customers. But a company's raison d'etre is not to make people happy. That's not the business of a company, unless it is its business. For example, if you are Disney, then yes, your business is to make people happy. I think happiness is in your own frame of mind. It's not. Right. It's not really some company trying to make you happy at the happiest place on earth. And then that was only so transient. I think to use a business, a terminology, I think that life is a balanced scorecard, and you can't only look at money or wealth or material pursuits as the only thing in that scorecard. There has to be a number of other things. I think, as Richard said, family. I think friendships, what you do for other people. How do you feel about yourself and your own personal achievements, whether it's education or whether it's social service or community participation. So you got to create your own personal scorecard. For some people, it's running in a marathon. For other people, it's helping in an old folks' home. And for some other people, it's playing mahjong with the relatives. So you got to create your own balanced scorecard as you do for your own company in a way that you measure your success in a company, and not just by profits, but also by those other measures. Create a balanced scorecard and make yourself responsible for your own happiness and happiness of those around you.